Every single day, over 50,000 people pass through one airport in Johannesburg, Tambo International. That's busy, you say? 21 million passengers move through Tambo every year, making it the second busiest airport in the continent behind only Cairo. It is the only airport in Africa with regularly scheduled non-stop flights to all 6 inhabited continents. Looking at its cargo operations, we can understand the true scale of its dominance. The airport processes over 80% of all air cargo flowing in and out of the country. With a capacity of 650,000 tons annually, every major South African airline bases operations here. Airlink, Cimer, Flysafair, Lift, and South African Airways all call Tambo home. When you understand that Tambo handles over 50% of all airline travelers coming to South Africa, you begin to see why this single facility has become so strategically vital. Over 35,000 people work there every single day, managing 2 main passenger terminals that connect through a central atrium. But managing this enormous operation comes at a crushing cost. The airport faces bottlenecks that threaten to strangle its efficiency. Border crossings suffer from staff shortages that create long queues, while travelers consistently report encounters with officials described as disinterested and slow. The cargo infrastructure has even deeper problems. The landside access areas become extremely congested during peak times, causing massive delays just to enter the cargo precinct. On the airside, the cargo ramp is cluttered with equipment, lacking proper management systems. Cargo often sits on the apron for extended periods because warehouses are full to capacity, creating catastrophic problems for temperature-sensitive goods. The air cargo industry at Tambo lags far behind modern standards, relying heavily on manual operations and siloed systems instead of automated solutions. The physical facilities are frequently described as outdated, in poor working condition, and failing to meet minimum international standards. So what, you'll say? Despite these efficiencies, it is the number 2 airport on the continent. Nothing to worry about, right? Wrong. The tension really builds up. Tambo's strategic centrality draws 3 different kinds of attention. First, the government designates Tambo as a national key point, requiring constant oversight from multiple agencies. Second, massive commercial investment flows in, and its owner, Airports Company South Africa, implemented a $1 billion infrastructure program. And the third kind of attention comes from sophisticated criminal networks. When you create a single point through which almost all of the nation's air cargo flows, you create an irresistible target. On March 25, 2006, 24 heavily armed men dressed in police uniforms stormed the restricted cargo area. In less than 25 minutes, they stole more than $15 million in cash from a South African Airways plane. The operation relied on insider information about flight times, cargo contents, and security rotations, all leaked by employees within the airport itself. $2 million of the recovered money was subsequently stolen from a police safe. 3 police officers were among the alleged culprits, and 5 witnesses were killed shortly after suspects were arrested. 11 years later, in March 2017, it happened again. Criminals, using fake police uniforms and vans, drove into the secure cargo terminal unchallenged and made off with diamonds and cash worth nearly $1.8 million at the time. The entire operation took less than 10 minutes without firing a single shot or triggering a single alarm. The thieves used access cards to enter secure zones and knew exactly which containers to target, leading authorities to immediately suspect it was an inside job. These spectacular heists represent only the visible surface of a much deeper infiltration, though. Criminal syndicates have built extensive networks among airport personnel, including police, customs officials, immigration officers, security staff, cleaning crews, and baggage handlers. Tambo operates as a major flow choke point for transcontinental cocaine imports and serves as an export hub, routing drugs toward Doha and Dubai. This network of corrupt staff can move suitcases of up to 5 kilograms of illicit substances to any airport worldwide within 3 to 5 days. While there have been no recent large-scale cash heists at Tambo International Airport comparable to the major robberies of 2006 and 2017, The airport remains a significant focus for law enforcement, with numerous arrests for drug trafficking occurring throughout 2025. But enforcement still consistently lag behind these sophisticated criminal operations, mainly because of three failures: inadequate budgets, technological breakdowns, and compromised security structures. Government salaries for specialized roles fall far below private sector compensation. This creates a shortage of forensic experts needed to investigate complex financial crimes. Over the past 40 years, while the airport has seen significant investment at times, it has not been sufficient to keep pace with evolving security threats and operational demands. Despite efforts to vet all 35,000 airport officials, the process fails due to lack of enforcement. When security clearances are denied, state departments often fail to implement the recommendations, allowing compromised officials to continue to work in sensitive environments. While Tambo fights internal battles, competitors are closing in. Cape Town International Airport is receiving massive investment for terminal expansions and a $300 million runway realignment. International passenger traffic at Cape Town was 125% above target in 2024. Significantly exceeded expectations and increasingly becoming a direct destination rather than requiring connections through Johannesburg. Durban's King Shaka International Airport reflects modern air freight management principles with automated cargo systems that Tambo's older facilities cannot match. More competition is coming from East and North Africa. Ethiopian Airlines, now the largest airline on the continent, moved from 7th place to position 1 within a decade, displacing South African Airways. Bole International Airport in Addis Ababa expanded to triple its size and in 2018 overtook Dubai as the leading transfer hub for long-haul travel to sub-Saharan Africa. But South Africa is preparing to fight back with the largest infrastructure modernization program since the World Cup. The centerpiece is the $316 million midfield cargo terminal at Tambo, designed to handle up to 750,000 metric tons of cargo annually. Construction is scheduled to begin soon, and operations are expected by 2027. Technology upgrades include biometric identification systems, automated border control gates, self-service programs, and a new smart security system. Also, a new air traffic flow management system will proactively balance scheduled flights with available capacity to reduce delays. And this is the paradox of Tambo International Airport. It is simultaneously Africa's most critical transportation hub and one of its most vulnerable. What's your opinion on this? Do you think Tambo can stay South Africa's top airport, or will Cape Town or Durban take its place? Internationally, for cargo, will it still be competitive, or Addis Ababa will eventually take over?